Hey guys, what's going on? My name's CollectPanda33 and welcome back to Minecraft. I know it's been a little while since I made a video, but I just haven't felt like making videos. Sorry. But anyway, this is a video where I'm going to be showing you guys a world I built on Minecraft, and first and foremost, Lord Dacker, YouTube channel. Just go check him out. I'll link him in the description. Amazing guy. Without his channel and his Minecraft tutorials, this world would not have been possible. I'm not nearly this creative. I just kind of built his designs based off of his tutorials and just kind of placed them in this world wherever I wanted them. So, this is a pirate-themed world where I just kind of wanted to build a ship. And, it started with that pirate ship right over there. That was the first thing I built on this world. And it just kind of all evolved from there. I was like, I'll just build one ship. I've been, wanting to build a pirate ship for a while now. I'll just build a pirate ship. Found a world with cool-looking island, built a pirate ship. Well, then I was like, why I just have the one? So then I moved on to the ship that's next to it. And then I was just kind of like, well, why stop there? Both of those designed by Lord Dacker, by the way. And I was just kind of like, why stop there? This is a really good seed. It's got nice islands everywhere. Why stop there? So I built those two ships, and it's just kind of my thought process is like, well, why would these two ships be, so close to land? Well, there's probably a village nearby. So I started building some houses designed by Lord Dacker, of course. And I just kind of, tried to populate the world with what I thought it would be. Like, these two ships, not designed by Lord Dacker, the ones by the dock, they're really crappy. But, the first one was just kind of like a small fishing vessel. The other one was kind of like, hauling spices or, whatever. And then, so it was slightly larger. And then this is the actual village. Now, again, all but like one of these houses was designed by Lord Dacker. I just altered the design slightly each time to make the houses look unique. The one to the left there, I used some of the techniques that Dacker uses in his designs, but that one was designed and built by me. Simply just, kind of borrowed some of his techniques with the building process. And then, like, these torches are supposed to be lit, but I was burning down a jungle biome that I didn't have a use for. So I had to turn off fire spreads to prevent this dock and one of the other buildings from burning, because it also had burning fire torches in it. So yeah, there's a total of 4 ships on this map that use his designs, and 4 houses that use his design as well, and then the one big castle there. But yeah, I used a lot of Dacker's designs in this. Fantastic, YouTuber. He makes his tutorials very, comprehensive and easy to understand. They're just fantastic. If you want to build anything like this, I highly recommend checking him out. And that's pretty much it. Like, this is just kind of an overview of the whole thing. And then I will go over the sections, like, individually, like different pieces and parts of the map. Like I cannot get that path to look correct. That's just the most correct I can get it to look. And then there's like a little well there. And I put like a lot of work into the map, trying to put in like just, little details. And like, again, like I have a very odd thought process when I make these maps. Like, and for instance, like I didn't show this part in my video, but I've just hollowed out this little cave under the water, and I, let my friend build it, just fill it up with whatever, and he put in, like, a little redstone door. I was like, well, obviously this was put here by the ancients, so redstone contraptions out the ass, eventually happened. But yeah, so what you just saw is basically just an overview of, everything that's in this little area. This is where the majority of the builds are, and next up I will be showing you guys what parts were not designed by Dacker. Up next is just going to be stuff that I designed and put in to try and populate the world with a few more little details. So first off, both docks were, designed and built by me. All of the things were built by me, but most of them were designed by Dacker. These two ships, if you're wondering why it's called gay, that's just the first three-letter word that popped into my mind, okay? I'm not against anything like that. I'm not opening up that can of worms. I'm just saying that's the first three-letter word that popped into my mind. But yeah, so this was supposed to be sort of a larger vessel, so it has, the tiny, tiny captain's cabin. And, it was supposed to be sort of like a spice ship. That's why there's random crap in those chests, like mushrooms, spider eyes, etc. And this was just supposed to be a very small fishing vessel. It's very, small and very basic. So it doesn't have much of anything in the way of detail. And then, over here, this was the other dock. It was much larger. Again, thought process. I wanted another dock over here. So I decided to make it nice and wide because it was a really long one. But obviously, really big dock has to have a ship by it. Thus, I built that ship, the Mary Rose. Again, a tutorial by Lord Dacker. So that building right there in front of you, it's supposed to be sort of like a town hall. That was built and designed by me. That little centerpiece, I based it off of a picture, but it was just like a one still image. I have no idea who it was originally by, but whoever you were, thank you. That's really cool, and I'm glad I was able to use it. And then over here, there's a little capsized ship, and sort of like a castaway sort of thing on the island next to it. And this was also designed by me. And that is pretty much the extent of what I personally designed and built on this map. So up next, I believe, is the buildings that were designed by Dak. Okay, so first building is this little watchtower. It's the only building on the island over here. The only other thing on it is just that little falling apart, cobweb-ridden dock that I walked across at the beginning of the video. Sorry. And the interior of this was just kind of left empty in the video, so these little weird-ass stairs were designed by me. But, the building and the tower in its entirety was designed by Dak. And, I don't know, I just liked it. Anything that seemed kind of old Victorian-y, I just kind of threw into this world as best as I could make it fit. And, anything, that I could kind of do within, my limits. And now this monstrosity was just, oh my god, it's so cool, but it was such a pain in the ass to build. Really, really fucking cool, though. Like, good lord, imagine somebody doing this thing on survival, like, my god. And again, Dak just kind of leaves the interiors of all of his builds up to the individual person. For some of, like, his ships and stuff, he'll do separate videos on interiors if you're so inclined to watch those. But I kind of like filling them up with my own little details, which obviously I'm so good at. I mean, just look at this barren wasteland of a building. But yeah, and again, one thing I did not cover in this video is just like film anything for was kind of like a storyline I kind of had going. This isn't the world I use for the story because of the giant airship, which I will get to at the end of the video. Because that kind of didn't fit with the overarching theme of, pirate age, I guess you could say. I don't know what time period this would have taken place in. I'm sure there's a bunch of discrepancies with the boats I put in because Dak uses boats from real life to inspire his videos, or not his videos, but his tutorials. But yeah, so, up next is this larger building, which I used as an inn. You could also use this as just like as a rich person's house, but I used it as an inn just because it's, larger than the other smaller house. And then there's just a bunch of these rooms. I think there's like 6 of them. They're all just exactly the same. I just put a little chest and a bed in each of them. And then there's 2 on the top, which are kind of crappy, but they're larger. They're supposed to be meant to be like, you know, luxury rooms. You get a little balcony there. There's one on the other side as well. And that is pretty much it for the inn. And there's also like a little, you know, bar on the bottom floor. And then pretty much all of these smaller houses are the same aesthetically, but it's just the interiors that change around a little bit. So I'm only just gonna go over this this one house because they're pretty much all the same. It's the same base design. It's just the interiors that change house to house based on if it was supposed to be, you know, a higher class house or like a poorer house. You know, a higher class house, it might have more, you know, wool, because, you know, wool is fancy. It's all fancy schmancy. And I've put 3 of those in, 1 there and then 2 on the other side of that little river. And that's pretty much it for the buildings. So up next, I'll go over what everybody has been waiting for, the ships. And then this is just like a little coarse dirt pathway. My sister just walked in, sorry. I had to mute my mic there for a second. But yeah, up next is the ships. Okay, so first off we have the pirate ship thing. This was the first one I built just because, you know, pirate ships are cool and I wanted to build a pirate ship. Yeah, this one is based off of the Black Pearl, I believe, but I called it the Jackdaw because I was getting really into Assassin's Creed Black Flag at the time, and that's basically what made me want to do this whole thing, because Black Flag has pirates, pirates are cool, I want to build a pirate ship in Minecraft. And that was the entire thought process behind that. But yeah, up here I have like the little wheel, as best you can make in Minecraft. And I kind of have them, you know, like the levers kind of pointed which direction it would be turning. And then down here is just another gun deck. And then below that is just kind of storage. This is the only boat I decided to use, or I guess ship technically. This is the only ship I decided to use every deck on. So, yeah. Honestly, the others, the others were a lot bigger, so I just did not feel like filling up the bottoms of them with chests. There's nothing in the chests. I do not have that kind of patience. And, you know, this is console, so obviously I can't just go fill all chest with gold. or anything like that. And, you know, I can't MC edit these. I have to place every block by hand. But yeah. So this was the first ship I built, the Jackdaw. Or at least I named it the Jackdaw. The next ship is the HMS Victory. This one took a lot longer. The other one probably took me about 6-7 hours to build. This one took days, simply because I had to take breaks. Honestly, like, the majority of this world probably came together within about a month. But after that, I just got so burnt out on Minecraft. The most recent addition would be the airship. And I'll go over that in greater detail in a bit. Yeah, HMS Victory. It's a very, you know, it's an actual, you know, ship. It's not one that was, you know, stolen by pirates and is now. I can't think of a word other than malnourished, but I know that's wrong. But yeah, I guess miscare, non-care given. I can't think of a good word. That's a map of the whole world. That's Jeb. He's the captain of the ship because he's the rainbow shape. The dog is his first mate. Obviously, going over important business there. But yeah, so this was a much larger, much more ornate ship because, you know, it was an actual, you know, British ship. And, you know, I think Dak referred to it as like a first-rate ship of the line. So it's a very, you know, hardy vessel, I guess, for lack of a better term. And then this is another gun deck. This ship has so many guns. So many. I had so many dispensers I had to place. And then they had the friggin' trapdoors on it, and that was a fucking pain in the ass to put all the trapdoors on. But and this is the bottom deck. Like, there's a deck down here that I just filled with glowstones so monsters wouldn't spawn in it. But yeah, I just did not feel like filling up that with, chests. The only reason I emptied out the water was because sponges finally got updated to actually act like sponges. And then here we have the Mary Rose. Again, simply built because I had a large dock that I didn't want to be empty. So this one, the sails are all furled up because it's in port right now, and it's not, you know, getting ready to set sail. Or, well, technically it is, but, you know, it's not going to set sail anytime soon. And this was a much... it's kind of a cramped ship, so to speak. You know, it's much more compact than the other two, so there wasn't really much room for detail, or maybe I just got lazy, I don't know. But yeah, there's no captain's cabin, no much of anything other than, I'm so sorry. There's, not much of anything in the way of detail other than, the cannons and, the alternating, colors of wood I used on the side there. Well, not I used, that Dak used because he's a fucking genius. But yeah, so now it is time to go over the airship. Airship. Okay, I did not cut nearly enough of the back of that out as I thought I did. But you know, editing on the Xbox, you know, fucking fantastic. I have to do this whole recording in one sitting, and this is nearly a 20-minute video. Okay, so you got the little figurehead there, and, with this ship, like, okay, sorry. Again, with my weird thought process, it's a giant ship, you know, it's in the air, obviously needs to be anchored to something, thus I built a gigantic, excuse me, oak tree, you know, to anchor the ship to, which I'm very fucking proud of that oak tree. Also, I built that by myself. I didn't use a tutorial for that at all. So, this was one of Dak's ships. It was just a normal one. It had, you know, sails the whole 9 yards, which was honestly the back, like, 70% of that video. 30% of that video was actually the ship, which just shows how much effort it takes to do those sails. But yeah, this is like the little, helm piece. But yeah, I just needed a ship that I hadn't done before, and this one, you know, fit the bill. It looked well enough, and so I instead of doing the sails, here's a little lifeboat with a ghast on top. Instead of like a little balloon, I used a ghast because, you know, why not? But yeah, I kind of retrofitted this one to be an airship. I added the propeller at the back, obviously built it far above the water. And, instead of putting on sails, I added the balloon, which also did not use a, tutorial for. I just conceived the balloon. I, like, used reference pictures, but it's not based off of any one specific design. I just kind of used reference pictures to help me, like, get the general shape of the balloon. And, yeah, I just kind of started with, like, just a circle, and I just kind of worked out from there until I thought it had a good girth. And then, I just kind of brought it back, and then, I built the end caps first, and then filled in the rest. But that's pretty much it for this world, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you could leave a like on the video, I'd highly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.